Hey everybody, I'm Eva. Thanks for joining. Today I have two Coach bags to reveal. And spoiler alert, neither one of these are new styles, but I think what might be most interesting to you is that if you hear the stories that went along with these bags and why I decided to get them and what happened in the process of buying these bags. So if that sounds interesting to you, then let's get started. I am very excited to show these new to me Coach bags. And now these are Tabbies and they're not new, they've been around for a little bit. But what I think is interesting is that I've had Tabbies before. I've had a collection of Tabbies. I've had I did a video about it. So instead of me just listing all the Tabby styles I've had, I'll link this video where I go through my Tabby collection. But none of the Tabbies I've owned before have been soft Tabbies, and now I've got two. So let me tell you how this first soft Tabby came into my realm of awareness. Last year, I had to go to my bank to ask a specific question about my account. It's one of those things that I couldn't do, at the teller desk. I needed to go to an office and talk to one of the employees. So the reason why that's important is because I actually went back into the hallway and sat down in an office, and the person that I was working with had her bag on her desk, and it was a Tabby with studs, and I was just like, wow. I couldn't take my eyes off her bag. I thought it was so cool. She was young and hip, and she had the shoulder strap on, and I remember thinking I would never wear a shoulder bag, but I think those Tabbies come with crossbody straps as well. So I went into my store actually looking for that bag. They didn't have that Tabby bag with the studs, but they did have this East-West Rogue, or the Rogue 26. Obviously, I was taken with this bag, and this is the one that I came home with, even though I went specifically looking for the studded Tabby. Okay, so fast forward several months later, and I saw that studded Tabby on the RealReal, and I was so happy to pick it up. But there's a twist here. It's even better than I expected. So first I'll show you around the bag, and then I'll show you the twist that I was super excited about. I'll lift up the chain so you can see the studded details here. I really love the styling elements of these studs. And of course I love black and silver hardware together, and I just thought it was so cool. So I've added my own chain here, and that gives the effect of the chain Tabby, which they've recently released. I love the extra energy that this chain gives to the bag. And then I've charmed it over here with my own T-Rose charm. And then I have this older charm. I actually have one in both gold and silver, and I got this secondhand. And I think it actually acts as like a bracelet. It can be looped around, but for now I'm just letting it dangle down and be noisy because I like the jingle jangle effect of all these charms. I'm sure you've seen a soft Tabby before, but just in case you haven't, it has a zipper pocket here on the back of the bag, and here's what the bottom looks like. When I saw the bag on the desk, she just had her strap like draped behind it, but the details I was most impressed with were the studs around. Okay, now here's the bonus feature, which I did not anticipate. When I saw the RealReal listing and saw this strap, I had to go to other sources and see if this was legit, because I had no idea that that studded bag came with such a cool strap. Can you see the tooling detail here? The floral and the scrolls. That is just amazing. I love it so much. And so because these straps are interchangeable, then I can take this strap and wear it with some of my other bags. And if you've been watching my channel before, I appreciate that, then you probably know that I collect vintage Coach bags. And I think this would be a great strap to use on some vintage bags as well, just to give it a little subtle interest and some more personality. I just love this. So I was so excited to get this and be able to use this now on my studded Tabby. I'm so glad to finally have this in my collection. Okay, now moving on to Tabby number 2. So this is a bag that was in the recent summer sale, but when it went on sale, it was gone. It was gone in a flash. So because I had just recently gotten the black studded Tabby, I was realizing like I've really been missing out on these soft Tabbies. I like this style quite a bit. So I was really bummed that I missed out on the Western Tabby because I thought it was so like visually interesting. I love the buckles here in the front, and of course I love this silver hardware. I'm in the Coach Gone Rogue Facebook group, and I was very lucky. My timing was great that someone had got this bag from the sale, and for them it was just a little bit too small, and they listed it for the same price that they paid for it. And I was like, yes, this is my chance to get this bag and try it out. So yes, I was quite lucky on that. But here's the interesting part, I think, of this story, is that the seller, who was great, by the way, great communication, very friendly, but when she sent the bag, she only sent the shoulder strap. And I didn't know if that was on purpose, if she needed to keep the crossbody strap for something, or if maybe she accidentally threw it away. Because I know when you get a new Coach bag and it's factory wrapped, there's a lot of packaging and it might be easy to throw something away accidentally. So I messaged her right away, and thankfully she was able to find the crossbody strap. And so she sent that to me and I got it a few days later. But here is what surprised me, is that I was so anxious to use this bag that I went grocery shopping and used this as a shoulder bag. I know, and I'm always saying, like, I don't wear shoulder bags, I don't wear shoulder bags, but something about the length of this works for me. So I can wear totes as long as I can push them behind, and that helps them stay up. And this is the same, like I can push this behind my body and keep it up on my shoulder. Also because it has this wide patch of leather here. I don't know, but it was magical. It worked for me. And going to the grocery, I mean, that's quite an investment, because like you're always grabbing for stuff, putting it in your cart, and I'm not the one that leaves my bag in the cart because I like to have it with me or on me. So that for me, in a way, was kind of like a happy accident. I mean, I hate for her that she forgot it and had to mail another package to me, but I was actually glad to be sort of forced to try this out on the shoulder. I mean, I wasn't forced. I was just so anxious to use the bag and try it out that I was like, I'm going for it no matter what strap I have with it. So yes, the crossbody strap is here, and I've also worn it crossbody style, and I like both ways. But I think it's really good to know that I can make a shoulder bag work as long as it's long enough to be able to tuck behind me. I'd seen other reviews of this bag and people saying that it had a suede lining, and I was like, really? Because a lot of people discuss the Coach microfiber and say that it's suede, but it's not. But this actually is. It's been a long time since I've actually had a Coach bag smell of leather. And this does, and I think has to do with this suede interior here. So of course I've got some charms on this bag. This is the Woot charm that I unboxed recently, or unbagged. I love this charm. I think it's really cool. And then I've got my old antique key here. This came from a closet in our basement. Our house was built in 1940, so yeah, it's definitely an antique there. I like it when they kind of bang in together and make that jingle jangle sound. Okay, so once I had success wearing this as a shoulder bag, I went back to this one. I was like, can I wear this shoulder? No, the strap length of this it doesn't work as well for me. It just doesn't feel quite right on the shoulder. There's just something magical about this particular length for me anyway. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but I just wanted to share that I was able to get these bags and how much I'm enjoying the soft tabby style. That's kind of a great surprise for me. I love this tooled strap that came with this particular studded tabby, and I'm very happy to try a bag on my shoulder that's not a tote style. And I just think it kind of opens up new possibilities. I'm so glad that that girl at the bank had such a cool bag for me to get into my mind, and I'm so thankful for the seller that she was able to send me this bag at the price that she paid and also send me the strap as well. So it all worked out. Well, thanks for joining me today. You take care, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.